All right, Jack Catterall beats Regis Prograis, unanimous decision. Quiet as kept. A lot of people are calling Jack Catterall the uncrowned, undisputed king of 140 pounds. And I would have to agree with him. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know why they can't get him in the position that he needs to be in. But, he definitely needs a title shot. And if you ask me, it kind of seems like they be hating on Jack a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But Jack is definitely somebody named who needs to be put up on the board. He definitely needs to be into the mix. Like I said, we all know about the robbery. We all know that was unfair. That was criminal-like. So, yeah, quiet as kept. Uncrowned, undisputed king at 140. You're gonna have to tip your hat to that. You know what I'm saying? I do agree. Now, when it comes to Regis Prograis, once again, same thing as Tim Tszyu. The basics alone would have kept him inside of the game. Just basics alone. This is what it means when people say that there's a lot of trainers in boxing, but not enough teachers. Yesterday, that's the example of what they're talking about. Why Regis wouldn't get his guard up. He kept stepping in there, with his guard down and kept getting hit. You know what I'm saying? He kept coming over his punches. He kept tagging Regis. Just the basics alone would have kept him inside of the game. Because one thing's for sure, when the athleticism fades and all that other stuff fades, the basics keep you in the game. This is something that Virgil Hunter was big on. It's one of the reasons why Andre Ward was as good as he was for as long as he was, because they kept the basics, at the home front. You see reflections of this, when you get flashy fighters like Roy Jones or something like that. When Father Time catches up to you, when your athleticism goes and all that stuff, you're going to need the basics to help keep you inside the game. Now, as far as Regis Prograis go, like I said, a lot of basic stuff that he was missing, but Regis got to understand it. He's a little guy. You know what I'm saying? Regis is a little dude. You know what I'm saying? And he got little arms. You know what I'm saying? He got little T-Rex arms. With dimensions like that, you have to understand that your style is going to have to cater towards wherever your abilities fall short. Meaning that a lot of Regis Prograis defense, and offense and whatever and whatnot, it needs to be based off the angles. Because he's too small. That's why he was in there overreaching and falling all over the place and stuff like that. He's trying to cover a lot of ground in a small amount of time, and he doesn't have the reach and he doesn't have the leg. So therefore, he's overreaching, he's flopping, he's falling over this place. When you're a little guy like that, you need to work on your angles. You know what I'm saying? You need to be a big angle dude. You know what I'm saying? Hence, look at Vasily Lomachenko. Regis Prograis is probably no bigger or no smaller than Vasily Lomachenko. You don't see Vasily Lomachenko having those type of problems when it comes to closing the gap, because he knows he's small, so therefore he uses angles. So therefore he doesn't struggle to get in closer with an opponent. You know what I'm saying? He angles himself in position to be there at the right moment in time and to close that gap. Regis didn't know how to do that. Regis also didn't know how to cut off the ring. It was a lot of basic stuff, wrong with Regis in there. And he just looked like a fish out of water. He didn't look like he was no good. It looked like, what did we ever see in Regis to make him think like he was anything special? I never thought much of Regis, in the first place, but I believe he could have done a better job than that. But the only way that you could do that is if you're carrying the basics around. You know what I'm saying? You want to go in there and you want to keep your hands low and have this type of style, but you're getting tagged up. Some adjustments should have been made after a while. And that's the other thing that's missing in boxing. The adjustments that's supposed to be made during a fight, that's fading too. You see less and less and less fighters able to actually adjust mid-fight and do what they need to do to pull out a win. But basically, in a nutshell, it was the basics alone that got him whooped. You know what I'm saying? It was the basics alone that kept him where he's at. Now, Regis Prograis talking about stepping down, doing bare knuckle or whatever and whatnot, I wouldn't advise that either. But, nonetheless, I guess you got to keep making your money or whatever and whatnot. But, just bringing it back to the basics alone would have carried Regis a long way, just to get his guard up, learn how to cut off the ring, learn how to use those angles, because you a little guy. So if you need to get in there on the inside, you're going to have to angle in and out to get it done. And he just didn't have that. So what type of team and what type of coaches does he have over there? But that's what they say. there's too many trainers and not enough teachers. And you can see it in boxing nowadays. I mean, it's evident and it's clear because the stuff that these guys be getting caught up over and losing these fights over be basic stuff at the end of the day. So where does he go from here? I think he's right to sit it down and retire. I don't see him being able to beat nobody else, especially with that performance like that. And plus, you know, his hunger and drive might not be there on top of that. But nonetheless, it was a good win for Jack Catterall. I like to see him do more. I like to see him get to the spot that he was on his way to going before the Josh Taylor robbery. And you know what I'm saying? That's that on that. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Bruce Vane, I'm out.